Welcome to Storied Audio. Janet always believed love was made of small choices, quiet, everyday decisions that built trust like bricks in a wall. She never imagined one choice, made in a moment of fear and pressure, could knock the whole thing down. But that was before the night everything changed. She and Eric had been together for 3 years. They weren't perfect, but they were steady, two people who fit together in a way that felt earned, not accidental. He was patient where she was impulsive, grounded where she was anxious. He made her feel safe. She made him feel alive. And then came the promotion. Janet had been working under Marissa, a sharp, intimidating woman who ran their department like a battlefield. Marissa liked Janet, saw potential in her, pushed her harder than anyone else. When the director position opened, Marissa made it clear, "This is yours to lose." But there was a problem. Eric. More specifically, Eric's company. His team had been accused of mishandling a client's data. Nothing illegal, but sloppy enough to cause a stir. Janet knew the truth. Eric had warned his boss about the risks months earlier. He'd tried to fix it. He wasn't at fault. But Marissa didn't care about nuance. She cared about optics. "We need to distance ourselves," she told Janet in a closed-door meeting. "If the board asks, you'll confirm that Eric's team ignored protocol. It'll show you're objective, independent." Janet felt her stomach drop. But that's not what happened. Marissa's eyes were cold. "Do you want this promotion or not?" Janet went home shaken. She told Eric everything, every word, every threat, every implication. He took her hands. "You don't have to defend me. Just tell the truth." "I will," she promised. She meant it. She loved him. But the board meeting came, and the room was full of people who held her future in their hands. Marissa sat beside her, nails tapping the table like a warning. The director asked the question Janet had dreaded. Did Eric's team ignore the recommended safeguards? Her throat tightened. She felt the weight of every eye on her. Felt Marissa's silent pressure. Felt her own fear. Fear of losing the promotion. Fear of disappointing the woman who had championed her. Fear of being seen as biased because of her relationship. And in that moment, fear won. "Yes," she said softly. They ignored them. The room moved on. The meeting continued. But Janet felt something inside her crack. She got the promotion. She also lost Eric. He didn't yell. He didn't accuse. He didn't even cry. He just stood in their living room, hands in his pockets, looking at her like she was a stranger. "You told them I ignored protocol," he said quietly. I panicked," she whispered. "I didn't want to lose everything I've worked for." "You didn't lose anything," he said. "Except me." She reached for him, but he stepped back. "Janet, you didn't just choose your career. You chose someone else's version of me over the truth. You sided with them against me." "I'm sorry," she said, voice breaking. "I'll fix it. I'll go back. I'll tell them." "It won't matter," he said. "They'll think you're covering for me now. And even if they believed you, I won't." She felt the words like a blow. "You don't trust me anymore," she whispered. He shook his head slowly. "I don't know who you are when you're scared. And that's the part that hurts." He left that night. She didn't sleep, didn't eat. She called him, texted him, wrote him long messages, but he never replied. She replayed the moment in the boardroom over and over, wishing she could reach back in time and grab her own wrist before she opened her mouth. Weeks passed. She saw him once, at a cafe they used to go to. He looked tired. He saw her too, and for a moment, she thought he might come over. But he just gave her a small, sad smile and walked out. She cried the entire way home. Months later, her promotion was everything she'd wanted. More responsibility, more respect, more money. But every success felt hollow. Every praise felt undeserved. Every time Marissa congratulated her, Janet felt sick. One night, she finally broke. She walked into Marissa's office and closed the door. "I'm retracting my statement," she said. "Eric didn't ignore protocol. His boss did. I lied because I was scared." Marissa stared at her. "Do you understand what you're doing?" "Yes," Janet said. "I'm telling the truth." The fallout was immediate. The board was furious. Her credibility was questioned. Her promotion was put on review. Marissa stopped speaking to her entirely. But Janet didn't care. She went to Eric's apartment. She stood outside his door, heart pounding, and knocked. He opened it slowly. Surprise flickered across his face. "Janet. I told them the truth," she said. "All of it. I don't care what happens to my job. I needed you to know." He studied her for a long moment. "Why now?" "Because I couldn't live with myself," she whispered. "Because I love you. Because I made the worst mistake of my life, and I'm trying to undo it even though I know I can't." He exhaled, leaning against the doorframe. "I'm glad you told them. I really am." "But," she asked, voice trembling. "But I still can't trust you," he said gently. "Not yet. Maybe not ever." She nodded, tears slipping down her cheeks. She had expected this. She had earned it. "I understand," she whispered. "I just wanted you to know I'm trying to be better." He hesitated, then reached out and brushed a tear from her cheek. The touch was soft, familiar, heartbreaking. "I know," he said. "And I hope you become everything you're trying to be, even if it's not with me." She closed her eyes, letting the pain wash over her. "Goodbye, Eric." "Goodbye, Janet." She walked away without looking back. And for the first time, she understood that some choices don't just change your life, they divide it into before and after. And no matter how much you love someone, some betrayals can't be undone. Subscribe to the channel for more audio stories.